In this video, we're going to look at factoring the polynomial 64x squared minus 81. And again, the strategy we're going to use is the difference of two squares. So you can kind of go through your mental checklist if specifically that wasn't listed in the instructions. And you could say to yourself, do we have two terms? Yes. Is there a minus sign between the two terms? Yes. Can we take the square root of each of the two terms cleanly? So let's go ahead and look at what the square root of each of those would be, just to kind of check that off so that we can go ahead and use the method. So the square root of 64x squared is going to be 8x. And if that's kind of confusing to you where that's coming from, just look at the square root of 64. That's going to give you the 8. And then look at the square root of x squared. Well, that's going to give you the x. And so if these problems are a little bit confusing, taking the square root, you can just kind of break it into its two parts, since the multiplication under a radical is the same thing as the multiplication of the two pieces under a radical each, basically. So now let's look at taking the square root of 81. Of course, that's just going to give us 9. And so we can cleanly take the square root of each of these items. And so now let's go ahead and factor. Create our two sets of parentheses. And we're going to put the square root of the first item, or the first term, in each of the first sets of parentheses, first slots, I should say. So 8x and 8x, and then the square root of 81 is going to give us 9, so we're going to put 9 in each of the second spots. Put a plus and a minus, and that's our final answer.